Just a moment.
How are things, Henry?
All quiet.
I hope it'll last until evening.
So, how did your trial by fire go last night?
Honestly, I've no idea. But I haven't felt this sick in a long time.
Aye, well, Janos and Adder didn't spare you. But usually they only drink someone under the table like that just once.
You always drink like that?
Almost always. The mornings are hard, but at least you clear your head. And often your stomach, too.
I heard you're feeling better.
Aye, it still aches like... well, like me, but I couldn't bear lying around any longer. Now I've got to stretch my muscles a bit. Fancy helping me? We could spar for a bit. Could be Enka as lazy as a toad. How about it? I could even teach you something.
And what would that be?
A technique for a truly experienced swordsman. The Master Strike.
I haven't learned that one yet.
I'll teach you. We can get started right away if you'd like.
Show me how to do a master strike, Devil.
Follow me over here between the collapsed walls. The floor is straight there. A good place to spar.
Should we get started?
Now, you'd get hurt right away without any armor on. Forget about it. Come back when you're properly dressed.
Should we get started?
Right, show me what you've got. I see you've got some armor, so let's get started. Here, take this practice sword so we don't end up hurting each other. So the Master Strike is the ultimate sword-fighting technique. It's simple in theory, but not as easy in practice. It's a sword technique, regardless of if it's long, short, or you're using it with a shield. You use your counter-attack to block your opponent's attack while striking them at the same time. There's no way to defend against it. I'll show you first so that you know how it should look. Attack me when you're ready. Surprise! How are you, Henry? You know how to perform a perfect blow.
Of course.
The Master Strike works in the same way. Only instead of blocking, you attack at the right moment. You have to lead your attack against your opponent's weapon. When they attack from above, you stab them from below. When they try to slash you from the left, attack from the right. And vice versa. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You position yourself with your sword below and strike against my sword. On guard! No, you have to attack at the same time. Snap out of it. No, you have to attack at the same time. Snap out of it. Good, Henry. Now, from this side. Watch where I'm attacking from. If I hold my sword to the left, and yours to the right. When I'm on the right, get ready on the left. The Master Strike only works when you attack from the opposite side. Let's give it a try. That's not it! You have to attack me too! Now do it again! That's the way! Well, you're catching on, Henry. Alright, once more, and for real this time. I'll be attacking you from all sides. You have to pay attention and lead your counter-attack from the opposite side.
I understand.
That's not it! You have to attack me, too! No! You have to attack at the same time! Snap at him! You can't just defend. You have to attack directly against my side. You have to attack at the same time. Snap at him. Not like that. You were supposed to counter-attack from the opposite side when I started attacking. Not like that. You were supposed to counter-attack from the opposite side when I started attacking. No, you have to attack at the same time. Snap at him. No, you have to attack at the same time. Snap at him. Well, you're getting the hang of it. Again. Not like that. You were supposed to counter-attack from the opposite side when I started attacking. Work. Again. Here's a few more tips. Remember, the easiest way to perform a perfect block is when your sword is in the same direction as your opponent's. When they attack from the left, you defend on the left. With a master strike, it's the other way around. You lead your strike from the opposite side than your opponent. If your opponent knows how to perform a master strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a master strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocked your sword to the left and attacks with a riposte to the right. Until now, your only means of defense would be a perfect block. Now you can surprise them with a master strike that they won't be able to block even if they wanted to. Understand?
That's too much information at once.
All right. I'll try to summarize the most important parts. Try getting your opponent into a position in which you can use the master strike. Do your best to avoid being put in such a position yourself. Watch the position of your sword and use it to decide which technique to use. Better?
We'll see.
It's up to you now to learn how to use the master strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks. I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Well, why not? And since it's you, I'll show it to you twice so you'll understand it. I've seen you fight, and you could be a bit more direct, my friend. Just forget about what it looks like, you get me? I'll show you how to take out your opponent without slitting him open from his neck to his arse. What do you say?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Aye, I can see you like long swords too, eh? So listen, the trick is about speed and surprise. After stabbing with the sword, you immediately turn it around, and while sliding, you strike the sword's pommel forward. If you do it fast enough, the opponent won't have time to move, and you'll hit him right between the eyes. And now, come and try it a few times. Good. You could be bloody damn good. If you don't...
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Well, why not? And since it's you... If you're a good lad, I'll show you one of my best tricks with a sword, or how to quickly send the bastard who's against you to the devil. But it can only be done with a sword, and what's more, you can't have a shield in your other hand.
That sounds good.
Of course. I knew immediately that would lure you in. The main thing is to attack from above, to quickly catch the opponent's wrist and push the edge of your own sword over his blade, so it's under his neck. If you do it right, I reckon I don't have to tell you what comes next, do I? And now, come and try it a few times. Good.
I'd like to learn a new
Certainly. Today, fighting with a longsword is in fashion. And why not? It's a great weapon. But in the end, it's all just a matter of taking out that bastard who's against you, isn't it? No one asks how you did it, so I'll show you this ruse of mine.
That sounds good.
All right, as long as you're not all thumbs, we'll get through this quick. All you need to do is, during a deep thrust, to unexpectedly drop your right hand from the sword, and then you can get much further with your left. The opponent usually doesn't have enough time, and the tip of the sword ends up in his face like a giant stinger. Clean, fast work. And now, come and try it a few times. Good. You could be...
Why did they want to hang you?
I reckon my face bothered them. More likely they're pissed off I'm not a hypocritical fucker like they are.
And that's a reason for execution?
Unlike the hypocrites in the League of Lords, I'm not ashamed of what I am.
I know they call you Dry Devil.
Aye. They call me a lot of things, laddie. And that's what rankles the Lords, that I'm getting rich at their expense. And that's some fucking fat loot they stole from the king.
So you're on the king's side?
I'm on the side of whoever pays me, lad. And I'll tell you one thing. I've never gone back on my word. My noble word is my oath. Unlike that of bastards like von Bergau or von Rosenborg.
Have you been at war?
Aye, I fought in Moravia, and I'm still the hetman of the royal city of Znaim. You're just a yokel, so you hardly know what's been going on in the kingdom these last few years.
You're an experienced warrior, so teach me something.
Not a damn thing, lad. Not unless you pay me well. But first, bring me some good wine.
All right, here you go.
Good lad. Now, what do you want to know? Oh, no money, no fun. Come.
Earlier, you mentioned a bunch of peasants taking up arms against Sigismund.
Aye, a bunch of villagers. But they might be onto something.
How are they trying to fight Sigismund?
Do not imagine anything too grand. Mostly they are just trying to survive. Some time ago, they raided a supply caravan heading to Sigismund's camp. Then the very same supplies turned up with the hungry families in Miskovitz. They are doing a good job. But if they keep stepping on Sigismund's toes like that, he will go after them, and soon.
We could use a band like that.
I agree. But Siska was against it. You saw it yourself. I promised I would not look for them.
So, what are we gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to break my word. But you did not make any such promise, did you?
Do you know where to look for them?
From what I know, they mostly hang around Miskovitz. It seems they use a secret password to recognize their own.
Password? What password?
Fuck, what was it? Ah, I remember. The fox is in the henhouse.
How did you learn their secret password?
When Dry Devil's band broke up, I was looking for a company to join. Then this one time at a tavern, there was this scrawny, drunken loudmouth going on about the peasants' revolt and shouting out the password for all to hear. Some old woman from Miskovitz slapped that lad so hard his chin hit the table.
Right, so I'm supposed to look for a scrawny, drunken loudmouth.
We have plenty of those already. I reckon you ought to talk to the old crone. I have a feeling she might be the way to get to that. Try telling her the password and see what happens.
All right. I hope I won't get slapped too.
Good day to you.
God bless you.
Another mongrel.
I didn't know what's in store for her. Have you decided where we're moving to? Been here a bit too long for my liking.
The lads say they might have found a place near Kumes. Seems there's a burnt-out mill there we could hide out in.
A burnt-out mill. Not the one just outside Sheffield, by any chance.
Aye, it had some kind of funny name. Why, do you know the place?
A little. But the mill's fine. But how about we move to the road towards Bonnesburg?
Bad idea. But Borrow is already setting up a job near Kumes. What's gotten into you? What's your problem?
Nothing.
I can fucking tell when you've got a problem, so spit it out.
It's just that I know someone there.
Near Kumes. Didn't you say you were from Schoenberg? I am. So who could you possibly know in this shell?
My brother lives there.
That's a good thing, isn't it? It's always handy having a local who can help us out.
Well, not really. He's the priest there.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt? Christ, where did I put it?
be praised. My God, these furry mutts. Whereas they make you the abbot, your reverence. An abbot with a habit. A drinking habit. But speaking of fasting, I have something good. In some monastery in Sasa, there was some monk who loved one another, so he had the cellar filled with water up to his ankles. I've got a couple of pigs in there. Why, for fuck's sake? Because when you fast, you're only allowed to eat things that live in water. It's my swim. How long did that work out for him? What do I know? They might still be there. Hey, innkeeper, that beer. You can't drown in water up to your ankles. Besides, we had pigs at home when I was a nipper. Take my word for it, they can live anywhere.
Sucker.
I'll see you
Looks like a late one again today.
tomorrow.
I'll be right with you. God bless you.
Greetings to you. You're in a hurry, eh?
There you go. I hope it's a quiet evening.